Hey friends, can't believe it's the last week. Oh, sorry about my plant. She's very leggy, so. I'm just gonna jump into these. So, favorite project, I think, was either the book spread or the promo poster. I feel like those were the two where I was like in a really great flow state and I had like a really clear vision, and I feel like I finally like figured out like what I want like my art to look like, because I've been working on that since a little bit before the workshop, and I think this workshop has really helped me like figure that out and start like kind of like mentally writing my own like style bible of how I like things to look. Least favorite, I don't know if I have like a least favorite. There were definitely some that were like the most challenging, but I still like enjoyed all of them. I think the most challenging were the first project, which was the dream project, just because I'm very used to like making like kind of like smaller, simpler things, so having like a whole like kind of world that I was trying to create was flexing some muscles in my brain that I am not used to using. And the concept art, it was just so like the concept art and the backgrounds that together was super challenging because I am very slow at drawing. I'm very slow at sketching, like inking, everything. I take my time, I redraw things over and over and over again, so I couldn't quite keep up with that, which was really hard. But I still really liked it. The background section of this like kind of made me realize how much I enjoy like coming up with locations and like making backstories and like art that informs like a backstory and other little stories within it. So that was really fun. I wish I was faster, just because I do think it would be really cool to do concept art. I'm hoping that eventually like I can get faster. I had a little bit of like a breakthrough this week. I haven't tested this out, but I was just like thinking about the concept art and like trying to think about ways to like make my art speedier. Like I know being slow isn't like a bad thing, but like how I can churn out some more to like do, just to be able to do more and be able to maybe try my hand at concept art one day. And I think I realized that like I got stuck a lot because I was thinking in terms of like I need to make sure this is clear and communicable, and so I was like I need to do like almost line art, and but I'm like not a line art person. I don't use a lot of line art in my work in general, so I kind of had like just like backed myself into that corner. I was like, no, it needs to look like a sketch, like blah blah, so that people can understand it. But I think if I start with more color blocking and like maybe go in and add a few lines, like try to like do a more pared down version of like the process that I use for bigger pieces, I think it'll work better. Haven't tried it out. Stay tuned. I'll let you know if that works better. I'm definitely gonna try that out after this workshop is done. What else was I gonna say about that? But yeah, like they weren't my least favorite. I mean, I didn't really like how the dream project worked, but they just were really challenging, but I'm still like really glad I did them because I learned a shit ton from them. But yeah. Weaknesses. I am still a big ol' self-sabotager, for one. It's really frustrating. I'm getting better at like recognizing it. But it's fucking hard, y'all. So I'm hoping I can get better at that. I have my little life plan taped up on my wall, and I have a lot of plans for like right after this workshop in order to like keep that energy flowing and like keep that ball rolling. So hopefully I can combat that. We shall see. A new weakness that I kind of realized is, I don't know if this is just in general now that I'm making art more frequently, or if it's because, you know, like I'm living at my parents' home and I don't really like have a space that's like set up and like dedicated to art. Like I have a desk in my room, but my room is always very dark and the desk is like kind of pretty uncomfortable. So I kind of just end up like posting up on like a couch or my bed, and it makes it really hard to like get into a flow state for art a lot of time. Like I have a lot of like starting and stopping and getting stuck and not being able to like focus long enough to come up with ideas, which has been like super frustrating. So I need to like experiment and figure out how I can fix that, because I think I'm still gonna be here for a while. but that's a new thing I noticed. Also, once again, overthinking. I'm a huge overthinker. I'm getting better at that. I'm getting better at just like jumping in and starting to like scribble. Again, with the whole like color blocking thing that I was talking about, like I think like my brain works a lot more like I have a figure and I can like carve shit out of it to like get the details. But when I try to go in like just with a pencil sometimes for the more complex stuff, it starts to like short circuit a little bit. So I'm trying to be better about that. It's getting better, but yeah. Strengths. I'm very proud of my organization skills. Like being a stage manager has definitely like helped me and like ingrained that shit into me. I have a daily planner that I use, and it's been helping me just to like have a structure that I am making. Like some people like read to like chill out at night or something and like they look forward to it. I sit in my bed and I write in my cute little planner, and that's my way of like winding down for the day, which is very nerdy, but that's what happens when you pay thousands of dollars for a degree that teaches you how to organize weird art shit for a living. Texture and style was another thing. Like again, I talked about it a little in the beginning, like I have like been figuring out like how I want my art to look throughout this workshop, and I feel like just from like the first assignment to like the promo poster, the last thing we got to color, I feel like I have changed so much and I'm so much more confident in like my process and how I like to color things and all the textures I'm using, and I'm just like having so much fun. Like whenever I get to the part of coloring and all of that is when I just like I can go and go and go forever, and like I don't get stuck at that part. So it's been really fun to like finally feel like confident about that part of my process and just like how I like things to look. And the last strength is something that I sucked at before. I like being able to, this workshop has taught me so much about like how to pull inspiration from like literally everything about personal mythology. Like I'd like read about it and like listened to people talk about it so much, but it just never quite clicked for me. And I feel like through this workshop and like finally having things that were like forcing me to implement them and like just motivate me to use them has like totally rewired my brain. I feel like before this workshop I was like staring into like a fucking corner of a room and I was like, these are the 3 things that I can take inspo from. And then now I finally like turned around and realized there's like an entire room behind me of things I can use. Like I always thought it was like, oh, it needs to be like, I don't know why. I was like, no, it's like poetic or profound, like something clever. And now I'm here like drawing forks in someone's yard, because that is what people used to do in high school, is you'd fork someone's yard because the ground would freeze and they wouldn't be able to get the forks out. And like just being able to like pull from anything, pull from like talking about groceries that day, like I feel like I can just see so many more things that are ready and available for me to use to fill spaces and everything, which has been so freaking helpful. That's all the questions, but yeah, this workshop has just like fully changed my fucking mind. I'm really excited to like try to like shoot my shot more getting out of this and have this community, like not only like the alumni that we're gonna be a part of, but like just all of you guys like having a coalition or a collection, a troupe, whatever you want to call it, of other artists like who make visual art is something that I have not had since high school. So it's been super fun to like bounce ideas off you guys and just talk to you. I think it's also this workshop, just like because we've had this Discord and everything, like it's made me a lot more confident in just like talking to random people that I don't know. Because like we all just hopped on, we were like, yeah, this is the thing now, we're all friends. Welcome. It definitely has like encouraged me to like reach out to other artists, and I'm like have become friends with like a whole group of like artists who stream on Twitch, and like it's making me want to do that, and I just jumped in and started talking to them, which is something I never would have done before this workshop. So like literally this workshop has like changed everything for me. I'm super excited to like keep going and going to the alumni and just like try to ride this out for as long as I can. I'm just gonna keep rambling if I leave this on, so this is the end of the video. I love you guys so much. I'm so glad I got to meet all of you. And I'll see you all Sunday. Okay, bye. Okay, stop being a dork now.